For UFC 259, generally in a MMA pay-per-view, you're hoping for one championship fight to carry you. If you can get two, that's great. We've got three, folks, including a champ-champ situation. Jan Blachowicz and Israel Adesanya. And you take a look at the odds, not much has changed. The only thing I will tell you is the Petr Yan Aljamain Sterling fight, which has been around a pick-up, now slightly toward the champ, but ever so slightly still there, minus $1.20. All right, let's welcome in Brian Campbell of Morning Combat, who I know didn't get a lot of sleep, but I guarantee slept better than Serhiy Bohachuk out there in the PR there. Brian Campbell doing some boxing last night, getting MMA here on a Friday. All right, so we gave you storylines on Thursday, BC. Now it's the picks time. So as we start with the champ-champ situation, Jan Blachowicz, Israel Adesanya, what's the pick and why?
Look, you got to go Adesanya here. I think the betting odds makers have it right. Here's the deal. No disrespect to what Jan Blachowicz has done. 38 years old, great underdog story to come back and upset his way to winning this vacant title against Dominic Reyes. He's got sneaky good execution with the weird technique, the lead right uppercuts, all that stuff. But he's facing a man in Adesanya who's just a cut above the rest from the standpoint of speed, technique, ability to set up his shots. There is great potential here for Adesanya to roll through him like a hot knife through butter. Jan Blachowicz is a tough out, but in some ways he's a transitional champion in the aftermath of John Jones vacating his title and moving up to heavyweight. Adesanya, meanwhile, 9-0 in just 3 years inside the octagon, and he seems to be getting better each fight out. Look for him to use those feints to set up, get Blachowicz to overextend, and look to finish the bigger man with strikes. If you're wondering whether Israel can survive in the deeper waters against the bigger men, let's not forget in his run as a glory kickboxing champion, he fought as high as heavyweight and had great success. This could be a real breakout moment for a guy who has global superstar potential in Adesanya.
And this is an instance where the challenger is actually favored in the eyes of odds makers. But again, you're going with there, so great reasoning there. Moving on to Amanda Nunes against Megan Anderson. It's a large number, BC, but where are you going here?
Look, I love to try to make a case for Megan Anderson here because she's a legitimate featherweight, not a blown-up bantamweight. 6 feet tall, good power. But you know Nunes is really the GOAT for a reason, right? She's a sure thing in the betting world. She's been incredibly dominant on this 12-fight winning streak. And even though Anderson brings new challenges to the table, and even though Nunes has been inactive, had the birth of her first child, there's been some outside the cage things, maybe the teases of a retirement date that have made you wonder whether this is the right time to pull the upset on the Lioness. It's really hard to take that leap, though. If this fight goes to the ground, Amanda Nunes is going to have a tremendous advantage with the wrestling, the ground and pound. She's completely well-rounded. Stay with Nunes. You're not going to win a lot, Tommy, but she's going to win. That's how it works here in this game.
All right, Lioness there looking to continue her run now. Moving on to the other championship fight, Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling. Again, I mentioned essentially a pick'em, BC. Which coin flip are you going with here?
Wow, this is among the best fights UFC can make on paper, and really a testament to how loaded this bantamweight division is. Something's got to give here, right? Aljamain Sterling, fantastic on the ground. We saw him take down and submit Corey Sandhagen, another top contender, in record time almost in his last fight out. But obviously something has to separate them. And when you look at Petr Yan, I just love his gas tank, his mean streak, and his ability to strike on the feet and only get better as the rounds progress. Expect this one to have great potential to go the distance, to be a 5-round thriller that possibly has the judges split at the end of the day, which is obviously a tip of the cap to the odds makers who have had this so close. But if Sterling cannot have his way on the ground, and if they are giving as well as they're taking, you have to love Petr Yan's chances of outworking him, landing the bigger shots to sway the judges. Aljo is a live dog. He's in this fight. He's on a red-hot streak. But it seems like Petr Yan is without weakness up to this point. This will be a big task for him, but let's see the champion survive and advance.
All right, BC gone a little chalky so far, but if I asked him best bet from the entire main card, where are you going?
Look, I really like Thiago Santos here. I know he's 37. I know he's fresh off of 2 defeats, including that title loss to John Jones a couple years back. But here's a guy who figured out late in his career how to be dangerous, how to be good. He's got a very tough matchup in Alexander Rakic. In fact, you could expect fireworks in this one. But the thing about Maheda is he is so powerful, and he's learned over the past few years how to rein that in a bit and be effective. He got a loss against Glover Teixeira in his last bout that he didn't see coming off of a long break due to knee surgery. I think you're going to see the very best of Maheta, knowing that his window is closing. But here's a very legit title contender, a guy who many people thought already beat John Jones in their close decision. I like him to go big here over Rakic. He's going to have to finish him to do so.
All right, finally getting some plus money. All right, about a minute left to go here. Best bet from the prelims or early prelims? Are we going Dominic Cruz fight, the Song Yadong fight? Which one are we going with here, BC?
Give me a fella by the name of Askar Askarov. And if you don't know, Tommy, you better ask yourself how good this guy is going to be coming out of the Dagestan area in Russia. We know he can wrestle, right? He can also strike. I look at this fight against Joseph Benavidez, a two-time former title challenger in recent memory, as almost a de facto #1 contender bout. If Askarov wins this, he's probably next to fight the winner of Brandon Moreno and champion Davison Figueiredo. Let's not forget Askarov and Moreno had a thrilling draw of their own right a couple years back. Askarov is peaking. Benavidez at 36 going in the wrong direction. Look for the Russian striker to have his way and get the finish.
Great stuff, BC. By the way, over under on sleep for you, 3.5 hours. Give me a number here.
We don't talk about that, okay?
Is that what you wore last night in the pay-per-view when you had the announcement there? Is that the same suit? It looks good, by the way, just to say it.
Does this suit make me look bloated, or is it my diet choices, Tommy? That's up to
I would
you to
say the
decide,
latter.
right?
You look good, though, my friend. Appreciate you, as always, joining us here on HQ. Thanks, bud. All right, hey, we got the updated Morning Combat, the daily MMA and boxing podcast. I got to fill in for Luke just to give BC a little bit of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Luke Thomas, Brian Campbell, the guys from Morning Combat do a fantastic job. Catch them every single day. Download and subscribe today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.